Game over, man. It's game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original comedy series crossover event. Game On, a comedy crossover event, is an American comedy series formed from crossovers between four Netflix originals: Mr. Iglesias, The Big Show, Family Reunion, and Ashley Garcia, Genius in Love. If you've been on board any of these comedy series, then you know exactly what you're going to get with this. I was hoping that we were going to get multiple amounts of people from the different shows in all of each other's shows, but that's not what you get yet. It's basically you have a few guest appearances crossing over into each other's shows, and sometimes it's not for very long appearances. So if you're expecting something more where they spend like whole episodes and all of the cast together, that's not what this is. There's 4 episodes, and occasionally you'll get mixed appearances. So for one particular one, there's Mr. Iglesias with Big Show, which I really liked. But if you're on board with this series already and you like the series, then you're going to like this. It's scripted the same way, it's filmed the same way. They haven't done anything completely unique apart from that kind of Netflix comedy crossover. I think it's one of the first times they've done something like this, not like with Marvel and Daredevil and the Iron Fist. It's not that sort of crossover. It's very limited in their appearances. I think the first episode you only see one guest character very briefly. In the second episode, you see Mr. Show and so on. But I do like some of the comedy appearances. I like how they incorporated. It feels like there's one big comedy universe somehow, and you have all these people in their houses and their families, and somehow in the future we could have like a feature comedy event. Who knows? They may do something like it. I was hoping there was going to be something a little bit extra special, like maybe interactive versions where you could choose whoever wins in their competitions. The reason why it's called Game On is there is a competition event style for each of them, and it's very family orientated. It's very family friendly. They haven't changed that up at all, and for the most part it's very tongue-in-cheek. It's very canned laughter. It's audience laughter. It's stuff that it feels very 90s or early 2000s, that seems to work quite well. It has a demographic in Netflix, and there seems to be a fair few people that really enjoy this. I enjoy parts of it. Not all of the series are my cup of tea. I thought The Big Show was okay, and there are others where I found myself laughing more than I expected to, because sometimes the scripting for me really worked. There were moments of comedy that I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting to laugh at that bit. There were a lot of kind of deadpan moments for me as well, where the comedy just didn't hit, but that's because it's aimed at a younger demographic. I think if you were going to watch this with your whole family and not expect too much of it, then I think you'll probably enjoy it. There are probably moments that you'll laugh out live, or just enjoy it for what it is, and just enjoy seeing those guests in the other shows. I think it's a lot of fun. I hope they do more stuff like this. It is fun to see them kind of being creative and stepping out of the boundaries of their individual shows. We see this occasionally elsewhere in, like, the DCU, the MCU, all of those kind of universes that big movie franchises tend to create, and it's nice to see this happening like that. Occasionally you'll see it in cartoons where one cartoon will cross over to their universe, and I think this kind of works, although next time I'm hoping we'll get maybe an interactive, see who you choose what decision they're going to make, because Netflix are very good at their interactive stuff, and I was hoping that they might secretly have done something similar like that, or have more appearances, maybe get more of the cast to come in. I imagine it was particularly tricky to do during the COVID, so they had, they were under some constraints, kind of pulling that out of the barrel. But now that filming is getting back on track, I'm hoping that we'll get more like this with more creativity. Do let me know in the comments below what you thought about this. Did you like it? Do you like the shows? Which of the 4 are your favorite? Like I said, I like Big Show, but that's because I'm a fan of WWE. So it's just nice to see him on screen at any point. The scripting and the acting is what you expect it to be. It's kind of the franchised comedy series that feels like it's out of time almost. It feels like it's too late for it, but does have a home on Netflix, if that makes sense. So you can sit back. It's in the day of Friends or Frasier, that kind of comedy series, and that like the reruns or that have like 20 seasons. That's what I expect these series to go. Hopefully they will get more, because I know they have quite a decent fan base. And if you've enjoyed it, if you're invested so far, I think you're going to like this. It's exactly what you expect. It's your fan favorites. It's your favorite characters interacting with each other. It's filmed well. They act like they're told, so they act like they're being watched as if it's in a live studio audience. Some of it is. And the dialogue is scripted so that there's a pause for comedy sometimes, and that feels a little bit out of place, but that's because of the type of storytelling that they're doing, from the set designs. You know what it is. Reminds me of Fresh Prince, that kind of stuff. Although I love Fresh Prince, I think Fresh Prince is brilliant because of the comedy timing. Sometimes you get part of that here, not always. I'm going to give this a C+. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.